Hi everybody and welcome to the Crypto Huntsman YouTube channel. The idea of this channel is pretty much to try and help people get their head around some of the different DeFi plays that they can use to help grow steady passive income stream. I'm sure, like myself, that you've seen a lot of different videos out there of people and they're earning 1, 2, 3,000 a day. I'm by no means that close. Obviously, ideally my goal will be to get that high, but at the moment we're looking to see can we just start the process. Um, just disclaimer, probably I suppose is the normal thing to do around this stage is obviously this is not any financial advice. All the information is this for educational purpose, but it's also to help try and educate you more on the different plays and how you can actually make a passive income. So some of you might follow me on Twitter, maybe some of you don't. I was heavily involved within Phantom community, obviously, and Binance Smart Chain. I have a few different ideas for videos coming out over the next couple of days. I'm hoping to be able to post videos on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday times. We pretty much see how it goes from there, but I will be looking at doing a road to a number, a video. Ideally, maybe looking at something simple that's achievable for almost anyone that's involved in crypto to get to $100 a day. $100 a day passive income is nice if we can manage to get this for 7 days a week. First project we are going to look into will be called Furio. So Furio basically offers up to 2.5% per day. Now, pay close attention to the up to 2.5%. So as we're looking here through the website, very nicely done. Clean, looks good, has plenty of information throughout it. Overall, your first impression will be it's good. Now, in a lot of different communities, they talk about Furio potentially is the drip killer. Now, I'm not involved in drip in any way. I just started in Furio 2 or 3 days ago. So from everything I've seen so far about it, I really like it. Is it a drip killer? Who knows? Is it potentially a drip competitor? Of course. And if you're like me, maybe, and you missed out on drip and you see them videos from different YouTubers and they're earning maybe 5 or 10 grand a week or daily, I thought it's worth the risk to try and get involved in to see how it works out. So we're just going to jump into the white paper to give a brief overview of what Furio is about. The big thing with Furio is taxes for me. So most people won't be aware of the taxes and the role they play within a coin, and obviously most people don't really like buying a coin and being hit with a tax straight away on buying it or depositing and things like that. Now the key here is the taxes help maintain the system. Whether it's right or wrong in your own, it's up to yourself to kind of distinguish that. But for me, I like the taxes. The only taxes I probably like, but I like it because it allows to support the community more. So when you're buying Furio from the site, it's a 10% tax on it. So I deposited $500 into it, and obviously I was taxed on that. So you're taxed 10% for the buy and 10% for deposit into the vault. So it's technically it's 20% if you're losing straight away before you start compounding, before you do anything. It does offer Furio offers a lot of opportunities for likes of airdrops, team buildings. Again, some people will look at this and be like, the only way to make money out of it by just having teams and referral systems. I don't know. I'm starting this process myself. I want to try and see can I potentially grow to a max wallet size, and who knows, maybe 6-12 months down the line I'll be looking back on this video and be thinking it was a really good decision. So the main part of Furio is called the Fur Vault. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, so apologize if I am. So key thing, as I said earlier on, is up to 2.5% daily return on the four tokens. So when you get into this at first you'll have initial interest rate of 1.75%, and if you compound it daily for 28 days, you'll move up to the next bracket, which is 2.5%. I look more on this in the variable rewards, but pretty much the idea, the focus is to get people to compound daily and grow your wallet size. And obviously everyone knows the powers of compounding, and if we can get obviously 1.75% per day compounding and work that up to 2.5%, then your rewards can see exponential growth in the long term. So we have max amount of payout basically for each wallet, so up to 360% of the initial principal amount, or 100,000 max payout through compounding can be done through each wallet. Big thing here to keep notice of is rewards stop acquiring every 24 hours. So you will see on my own one later into the video when I go to compound it, that if you don't compound or claim within the 24 hours after that, your clients don't earn anything, so they're locked at whatever the amount is per day. So obviously it is great to get people to the website, get the website traffic up anyway, but also it kind of would push people to use the auto compounder, which personally I will look at doing probably shortly. Auto compounders, you pay a little bit more for the gas fee, but it will auto compound every day for you. So if you're like me, family, kids, I don't always have the time to come online to compound, and as I said, I'm already behind and I've only been in within the last 3 to 4 days. So the auto compounder is something I'm definitely looking into. So here you can just basically see the breakdown of from where you get into it. You buy your tokens, you deposit them into the vault, so there's a 10% tax in buying and depositing them. And then if you claim your rewards, one thing about claiming is every time you claim your rewards, you will revert down a tax grade basically, or your rate will change. So obviously it's going down. So the incentive here is to not claim rewards, but instead of compound. So it's less tax you're being hit with. So if we just go quickly to the variable reward structure, you can see here. So ideally we want to stay in the green section. So at the moment my aim is to get to the 7 weekly compounds. So obviously each day compound, I don't do any claims. So after 28 days, I'll be up to the 2.5%. So I plan to do this for 7 days and possibly do it for another month or week. Do it for 28 days. And then I'd possibly look at doing it for another month or two after that of just compounding at 2.5% before I will revert to this rate. So this will allow me to compound 6 days and I can claim 1 day. So I will initially start to get some of that initial investment back now. However, as soon as I do the one claim, I revert back to 1.75% per day. I'm more than happy with that on a daily passive income. We don't want to drop down to the red side, because as far as I'm aware, as soon as we hit the red side, there is no coming back out. So that's it. All we'll be getting is the 0.5% for rewards. So the emphasis here is to stay on the green side and don't drop into it. Next, then we have a quick look just for social media. Obviously, make sure you're following myself, but also check out the Furio Twitter site. It has a lot of information coming up on it. Furbot is closed pool at the moment, but everyone has the opportunity to get into this by buying an NFT, which will technically give you part ownership of a bot basically, and it'll trade in every different type of I'm nearly sure it's crypto and commodities. Again, not 100% sure on that, but it's a different way to add more value to if you're a token in general. But also I've read that there a certain percentage of the revenue that's generated goes to feeding the LMS bot. So the LMS bot is pretty much similar to what it was in Howard Finance. It stabilizes the price basically. So as you can see here, we had a big price in general is very volatile all over the place. Big high up to $20. Obviously, we had the sell pressure come in, selling, bounced around the 540, 550 mark, went up. We had a big sell off here again, and then I'm sure you can see where the LMS has kicked in. So the idea of these is to keep price stability, and so far since the 19th, pretty much the 19th of September up to now, price hasn't moved a whole lot. It drops down to an area of 540 most times, 544, and instantly gets bought back up, and then goes up to 560-ish range, and again gets sold into. So not only will they be the main LMS bot trading here in this range, you will probably have other people created their own bots and are grid bots and are great trading in this range again helping with price stability. You can see the liquidity is increased, and obviously we want to see this keep going up, because then it stops any big sells were harder and won't have a big impact on the price. But with Furio, they have a whale tax as well, so I think as if you're selling your tokens, you will be hit with a 50% tax if you don't have any tokens in the vault. So that's a big tax to be hit with straight away, 50%. So again, focusing on having people using the vault. So most of the information I'm after gathering from a load of different resources and different places I've researched about the token, about the project. A really good source, I think, if you're not 100% sure of it, and maybe my first video of it is not doing it any justice, so I would recommend to have a look at Fleming Arnott. So he has his own YouTube channel, My Crypto Wealth School. I'll link both of these in the descriptions, but he has an immersive amount of information on Furio and how it works, and I think it's brilliant just to get an idea of it. More than likely, if you're looking at this, you're probably could be potentially more confused than what you were started, but he mentions it in this article here. You know, you're not alone feeling the way you're feeling about maybe reading up about it, listening about it. There is so many different things happening that it is hard to get your head around some of it. So I would recommend do your research with everything, but do that extra little step, and it's well worth having a read of his articles. And he was the same as what I am now, and probably what you may be like now is you're new to all this and it's confusing as hell. But as I said, I aim to try and help people better understand different projects, and I want to try and help people maybe avoid some of the mistakes I made. Some of the mistakes I made were I regret big time now, and I wish I had someone there that I could fall upon to maybe help guide me through different things. So again, well worth to check out his Medium article. Make sure I put the link in the description, and make sure you check out his YouTube channel. He goes into a lot of detail into Furio and different calculators and different things like that. So here's my wallet at the moment. I started off with, I had 71 tokens 3 or 4 days ago. There's my last action was 1 day ago. Now this is what we don't want, because I'm already, I think it is maybe 2 hours behind my compound. Look, I had to collect kids from school, so pretty much it messed up that for me. So like what I mentioned back here, stop it gaining coins after 24 hours. So we want to make sure this is always 23 hours the max, basically, to make sure that we get the maximum amount of rewards we can get. So we're just going to quickly compound this now. I'd also recommend to make sure that you get a hardware wallet if you're starting in this, or if you're only your beginning journey in it. I can't emphasize enough to get either I'm using a Ledger wallet, so I'd recommend getting one of them to make sure you help protect yourself, because there are so many different errors that I've seen people do, and look no further than Twitter, you see the different mistakes people make. So a Ledger wallet will help you protect your funds much more. So all we're going to do, you can see over here 75.42, we're going to compound it. confirm it. Confirm it again then on your Ledger wallet. So there you have it. We're up to 76.68 now, and we'll start earning then again on it. So again, it shows here we have claims, but because you're I'm a new wallet basically into the project, it's always going to show it as 1 because I'm still on the 1.75% reward rate. So as soon as we get to the 28 days, we'll be moving up to the 2.5% per day. So I'll be happy with getting that. There is, as I mentioned before, teams and stuff like that. So look, as I said, I will look at maybe sharing my referral to use it if he's want to use it. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. Like as I said, I haven't been involved in much projects that use referral systems because I don't feel that's my main goal. Obviously, is the referral rewards. So what I will look at doing is if I share this and people start to use it, I have to buy an NFT I think first beforehand. But if I share and people start using it, it'll come up my rewards here, and I will just maybe airdrop them to the team or do some sort of giveaways or do something with them anyway to include everyone in it. So that's pretty much it for my first ever video on YouTube, Furio talking. I hope you found it somewhat helpful. I leave a comment there for me in the comment section. Tell me how maybe bad the video was. but we all have to start somewhere. So again, thanks very much for listening, and hope you enjoyed it a little bit. Thank you.